An expert on chemical safety, Professor Valery Petrosyan, joining me here in the studio. Thank you very much for being with us here on RT. Well, as we've just been hearing, this sounds like a massive amount of radioactive material being released into the sea. And despite what the Japanese authorities are saying, how dangerous are these levels, do you think?
Yeah, that's actually a very dangerous situation, I would say. Because besides of radioactive iodine and radioactive cesium, which were released earlier days into the air, nowadays we have the radioactive material which is much more dangerous. We are talking about plutonium.
Is it more dangerous also because it's in the sea and can be spread by currents and to a much wider area?
First of all, plutonium is more dangerous because it's highly carcinogenic. And also because the lifetime is 24,000 years. And that means from the viewpoint of one life, you understand, that is for the rest of our being on this planet, I would say.
And sorry, just to go back to that point, about plutonium either being in the water or the air, is there any difference in the danger?
Actually, there is no difference because I have a concept which is called chemical Sputniks of Earth and global contamination of the environment. That means when any of the toxicants are released into the air, taken with the wind, they are going around the world. And only when they meet the rain or the snow cloud, they are deposited.
So you are saying that places 1,000 miles away, even beyond, could be affected by this?
Absolutely. This is why the Fukushima radionuclides have been already registered in Southern California, in Ukraine, in some regions of Russia, in some regions of South America. And this is because, first of all, they are distributed by wind through the air. This is the so-called transboundary atmospheric transfer. But at the same time, we have the transboundary water transfer. And that distributes radionuclides around the world.
Let's talk about now Japan asking for Russia's assistance in this. They want to dispose of radioactive waste by means of some sort of special floating facility. In what way will Russia be helping then?
25 years ago, when the Chernobyl accident happened, Russia got already, by that time, of course, quite an experience. First of all, trying to cover the lands at which the radionuclides were deposited, to cover with polymeric thin layers. And those were the specific molecules called polyvinyl pyridines, and they were not allowing radionuclides to be distributed by wind. And I think that that experience can be used in Japan.
But is it too late?
No, I don't think so, because if we have the exhausts of radionuclides into the air, then evidently it has been happening for half a year in Chernobyl before they built the cupola.
Well, it's clearly a very, very bleak picture that you're painting, and obviously extremely worrying situation.
Yes, and we really have to be very careful with that situation, because both radionuclides exhausted into the air and radionuclides with the wastewaters into the world ocean, they will be both distributing radionuclides around the world.
Valery Petrosyan, UN expert on chemical safety, thank you very much for joining us here on RT.
Yeah.